Empowerment with Dr. Josefina Monasterio.
Welcome back to Empowerment with Dr. Josefina, and I'm Laura Guttridge. First off, we'd like to thank Bedazzled for providing Dr. Josefina with all the lovely outfits that you see her wearing on the show. It never fails. It's always gorgeous. You always look beautiful.
Thank you.
They must have some lovely things there.
Oh my God, they do.
So
she does.
You go there and you like get to pick whatever you want.
Like yeah.
It's great. It's like a big closet.
It is.
You're a lucky girl.
Thank you, Emmy.
The show today, basically what I took away from it is that you mentioned adding value to whatever you do, so and keeping your eye on your goals. So even if the life that you're living isn't the life that you see yourself in your goal, you should still add value to that, because that will help you, I think, achieve your final goal. And I think a lot of mistakes that people make is that because they're not living their goal right now, that they get disgruntled and they aren't making the most of their life as it is at the present time.
Exactly. You are so brilliant. Serious, because you are absolutely right. And let me give you an example. You know, anybody watching the program right now, remember when you try your first job, or a job that you really want, you pray, pick me, pick me, pick me. I want that job, and you really wanted that job. And then what happens? Few months go by, and then you don't dress the same. You get sloppy looking.
Right.
You don't have that passion that you had the first week when they pick you for that job.
Right.
So people forget that, like you said, Laura, every single day, adding value to everything you do is to be in that moment doing the best you can, because you know, if you have your eyes on the goal, you know that this present moment is preparing you for the adventure ahead.
Exactly. And so a lot of times, you know, those people that as they get older, they get their goals that they had dreamed when they were younger, and other people might look at them like, oh, they just got lucky with life or whatever. But it's not luck. It's preparing yourself to get lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you are not prepared, and then the situation to advance yourself comes along, and you don't, like you said, you don't have that passion or that spark anymore, they might consider somebody else for that position.
Absolutely. And that's how you grow old. You don't grow old because you're 40 years old, or 50, or 60, or 80, or 90. You grow old because you abandon, you give up your ideals.
Right. And you know, and you also mentioned continue to grow in competence, effectiveness, integrity, and commitment. And I think that the word that really struck me here is competence, because so many times people don't complete. They start so many things and they don't complete them. I mean, it's just a bad habit to get into. Even if whatever it is that you're starting, you feel like it's not going to, you know, like Bobby ran a marathon, and he's not a big runner or anything, but he didn't want to start it without completing it.
Absolutely.
It's just a bad habit to get into, even though he knew he was never going to be a runner, but he didn't want to start something that he didn't finish.
And well, let me tell you one thing, that is phenomenal. You know why? Because giving up, pain is temporary. Giving up is forever.
Yeah.
You cultivate the habit of giving up every little task that you committed yourself to do. So even you have to work through the pain, and then you finish, but when you finish, you know you did it successfully. Whether you finish 10 hours later, 24 hours later, it doesn't matter. What it matters is that you did it.
Right, that you finished it. And it's a good habit.
It is.
Because we have to finish things in life, because we feel incomplete if we don't finish.
And that completeness gives you the sense of achieving success. Because when you quit, that always haunts you.
Right, right.
You're always wondering, can I do it?
And I think education probably has a lot to, like someone who, say, quit high school. And I think that haunts them maybe because they know that they've never finished it. So that's why I think even people who aren't going to use an education for their job, they should still go back and
Absolutely.
get their GED or whatever it is to feel complete.
You reminded me, Winston Churchill, he said, never, ever, ever quit. Quitting is not an option.
No, it is not, unless it's smoking.
And we have a great example with you today. I mean, it was some lack of communication here, but we thought something happened to Laura. So, my God, we are concerned. And here you are, on time, doing the show.
Yeah.
So, that means that you're not a quitter.
Right.
Because you could have said, well, it's too late, it's half an hour late, I'm not going to be there.
I'm not prepared.
I'm not prepared. Excuses, excuses, excuses. But you're a winner, baby. That's why I hang out with you.
I love you. You're a sweetie. Yeah, it was crazy today. It's like I didn't think we were taping the show, and it's like, throwing the clothes on, getting my notes together.
But see, this is the thing. When you're beautiful, you don't need to wear too much. Look at her. She's outstanding.
But it was so funny because the topic today is being prepared, and I was like totally not prepared this morning.
But you are, because all your life experience has taken you to this moment that you can be here and be professional and do it with success. And it's phenomenal because this is why you can't give up. This is why, like you were saying, you have to continue to educate yourself in any form that is right for you.
Right.
But you're a great example of that.
Thank you. Well, I was telling myself, I was like, well, I'm testing my real, competence of being a co-host here. If I could pull this off, I'll be fine.
You need an increase on salary.
That's right.
So we need sponsors, and you need to call my office and get my tapes and get my books and my coaching lifestyle seminars. And
778-8877.
And then we have an area code 772.
Oh, that's right. Because we're not just local.
No.
I think we have to one final thought here.
Yes.
What was a successful life is nothing more than a lot of successful days put together.
Isn't that beautiful?
I love it. Yeah.
It's like every single day you have to focus, you have to concentrate, you have to dedicate yourself to live that day perfectly, perfectly in your own, in your own thinking, in your whatever perfect it is for you,
Getting the most out of every day.
Excellent.
In striving for that ultimate goal. And but not to open up another topic here, but once we do achieve those goals, there's always another goal.
Absolutely. We're always growing, becoming, and changing. And we need to take a break, and we'll be right back. Gracias, baby. Mwah! I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
Empowerment with Dr. Josefina Monasterio.